The joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the people of our time, especially of those who are poor or afflicted in any way. These are the joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the followers of Christ.
Many would say that Gaudium et Spes is the document that most captures the spirit of Vatican II, suggesting that the Church lives not apart from the world but in dialogue and solidarity with the human community.
Ours is a new age of history. Profound and rapid changes are spreading gradually to all corners of the earth.
I traveled to Asia and I traveled to South America. It really showed me how small and how connected the world is, learning about other people who are maybe different than myself.
The document reflects the Church's awareness of itself as a global church, as composed of many cultures.
My hope is that when we go on to various service trips, that their experience in different cultures and countries causes them to pause and to look at their own lives here.
My hope is to help foster unity between faculty, staff, students, and administrators at UD having diverse faith backgrounds.
The subject and the object of every social institution is and must be the human person who, by nature, stands completely in need of social life.
Why is the dignity of the human person at the center of the document? Because it is God who desires to draw near to people everywhere, and especially to those who are suffering, who are afflicted in any way.
My hope is that a Catholic and Marianist education will lead us to find Christ in everyone.
You may not always think about it while you're in the moment, but the model of people that are around the campus, they do mold you. And when you get out of school and you're out in the workforce, you see that you've been changed and you become a better person.
You have no idea how many lives you can impact.
The modern world shows itself at once powerful and weak, capable of doing what is noble and what is base. Never has the human race enjoyed such an abundance of wealth, resources, and economic well-being. And yet, a huge proportion of the world's citizens are still tormented by hunger and poverty. There must be made available to all everything necessary for leading a life truly human.
My hope is that I can be a real force for social change.
What brings me hope is everyone coming together after huge disasters like last year's Superstorm Sandy.
The document is powerfully prophetic. It calls for Christians all over to strain every muscle to work for peace in the world.
My dream is that the lens of faith and justice permeate the perspective of our graduates in all that they do.
In our time, a special obligation binds us to make ourselves the neighbor of every person without exception.
My hope is that we continue to prepare our students to become leaders in society with a strong commitment to community and service.
As I love service, my joy is when I'm able to help someone who is in need.
My joy as president of Caldwell College is to share service experiences with students.
My greatest joy is feeling that I've made a difference positively in someone else's life. Whether it's just, they go out and they start volunteering in their community, or they're better off being informed. That's my joy.
Above all, we must undertake the education of youth from every social background, so that there can be produced not only men and women of refined talents, but great persons who are so desperately required in our time.
I see young people all the time. They're full of life. I get reborn every September. I see a regular series of joyful moments in my everyday life.
I feel like all my professors really know me as a person, and it's just a really good, close-knit learning environment.
Catholic education at its best, I think, seeks to awaken the desire to do good in young people, to help them think about what are my particular gifts. How might I be able to give those gifts over to the world?
When we give ourselves to the various disciplines of philosophy, history, mathematics, science, and when we cultivate the arts, we can do much to elevate the human family to a more sublime understanding of truth, goodness, and beauty. The future of humanity lies in the hands of those who are strong enough to provide coming generations with reasons for living and hoping.
My joy is found in helping others and seeing them achieve their goals.
My hope is that through the wonders of art therapy, I will be able to change somebody's life for good.
My hope is to make this world a better place with music.
As a student in speech-language pathology, my joy is helping others to find their voice.
The Church, at once a visible association and a spiritual community, goes forward together with humanity and experiences the same earthly lot with the world. Everything we have said about the dignity of the human person, the human community, and the profound meaning of the human activity lays the foundation for the relationship between the Church and the world. The joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the people of our time, especially of those who are poor or afflicted in any way. These are the joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the followers of Christ.